us know he wasn't no pale face. Because you got to be able to identify the first blood of the sacrifice in order to break the oath, the conjure, the blood oath. That was
Mm-hmm.
the blood oath was made by spilling his blood
Mm-hmm.
by Scottish Rite Freemasons.
Mm-hmm.
So they wrote the secondary constitution in his blood. It's in the George Washington Masonic Memorial, but don't nobody know that the reason why it's fading brown is because that's blood.
What? Aired out oxidized blood. It
Yeah.
turns
Over
brown.
time, as the blood fades, the spell weakens.
Wow. That's why they have to keep reinstituting new rituals and new blood rituals,
Right. That's
right?
called maintenance in the conjure.
Yeah.
Because it's for one magician by himself, he can't carry a conjure that long if he don't maintenance. It's
Mm,
only gonna last a little while. That's why when it broke down in 1812, it started another war.
mm,
We trying to stop war on the homeland.
mhm.
So the people we fighting, they bring personal homicide into our community and feed it to our children with like it's bravado.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Now they
It's really
got us.
savagery and art and occults ritualistically being invocated and projected and propagated.
Look, remember they started off with cowboys and Indians,
Mm-hmm.
right? Bang bang shoot 'em ups, Western movies.
Mm-hmm.
They went from Western movies to um, theatrical performance movies with a leading man that was macho, played mostly by homosexuals, like
Mm.
Rock Hudson, played
Mm.
these dashing and dynamic, attractive men on the big screen, but all the time they was getting some dynamic and active penetration behind the scenes.
Absolutely, as of all the heartthrobs, allegedly,
Okay. Now watch how they play us now. And now while this is going on, we producing Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, Elijah Muhammad, Huey Newton, Stokely Carmichael, Fannie Lou Hamer.
mm-hmm.
The list goes on. Stand up people that's not taking it no more,
Mm-hmm.
right? Then they go from there to uh, bank robbery movies and shootout movies and gangster movies,
That's right.
right? Them movies started dominating in the 60s. When the 70s roll around, it's inner city crime movies,
In drug movies.
right? Now, in black exploitation.
Mm-hmm.
Black exploitation was a last ditch effort to get some kind of codes to carry into the culture as it transformed into pop culture,
Mm-hmm.
right? So, from the black exploitation movie and the gangster movies, they started giving us cops as the hero movies. Then, when we go from black exploitation to the hip hop era in the 80s, in the hip hop era, it was about family oriented
It was positive. Yeah.
shows,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And knowledge is in the music.
Yeah.
90s roll around. There's no more those family oriented
No.
sitcoms now.
No.
They all about somebody single parent
Yeah.
or struggling housewife or something like that.
Or
Doctor shows,
thoughtbotism, thougbotism.
yeah, doctor shows. And then now you got the boys in the street in our hood now. We not dressing no more.
No.
We don't want to dress what they used to call fly no more. We gotta get sweatsuits, all type of sweatsuits.
Uh,
We don't want to wear three-piece suits, tailor-made suits, gaiters and Borsalinos and Dobbs. We not with that no more.
Wearing
This is
bomber
the new,
jackets. Remember bombers? Yeah.
yeah, all that's the new age,
Yeah.
right? Now, fast forward another 20 years, and now look what we got. The music is trash,
Oh,
and the
completely.
gangsters is running around in mini skirts with
Ah,
pistols.
I'm sorry.
We just watched it all unfold, reviewing history,
Mhm.
and this is what we come up with.
Absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
it, the sisters is complaining they can't find a stand-up dude. The dudes fans complaining that they can't find a stand-up chick
Yeah.
because everybody was taught to don't stand up.
Yeah.
But
And
they
low
was taught
tolerance.
it
They remember they have short span of concentration too. That doesn't
and
help.
it was used with reverse psychology because every stand-up dude and every stand-up chick got cut down by the government
Yeah.
and classified, labeled as a criminal,
Yeah.
whether they
Yeah.
was or whether they wasn't.
Or terrorists.
Same thing.
Hmm. Hmm.
In
Hmm.
America, the biggest terrorist in the world.
Oh, they're the kingpin of mafia Gestapos. Yeah. They still doing it now. They just, they're not really hiding themselves anymore, Rod. Do you notice that? They just being reckless and because it's the end of, it's the end of a cycle. So they don't really have to hide their hands anymore. Basically, they showing most of their, other than the things that they plan in more psyops that I'm sure we're going to see this week and next week. You know what I mean? But they're not
Well,
really
we were
hiding
seeing
too
enough.
much.
We were seeing quite a bit go on. Um, I didn't know what to think at first, but Charlie Kirk was staged.
But that was total
Um,
psyop.
that
Yeah.
was total psyop.
His wife is a
Um,
honeypot, thoughtbot, geoengineered and contracted by Willy Wonka and his League of Doom. Okay.
mhm.
I mean, they got a pandemic coming out of Arizona that they just planned as well. We're coming out in a neighborhood near you soon.
Hey, look, you know, Trump called all those generals in, right?
Yeah. Yeah, what's your take on that? I heard some things. So let me hear what you heard because I'll tell you what I heard word on the curb.
Look, he was sitting there. He was like, such great generals, all central casting, great generals.
Like
He
control.
he telling you that it's theatrical, it's political satire is what it's called.
It is.
And that's why if you look at Hollywood and DC, they're directly across from each other.
Mm,
This is why that one drop of blood that came up on that hill was significant because now that's called total saturation from coast to coast.
mm.
They spilt the blood in Boston and it finally reached LA.
And what you think about the federal government no longer giving funding to any of most of these tribes unless they reinstitute rights and privileges and of the brown, the original native, indigenous, Negro, black, whatever you call them. What say you, Rod, about all of a sudden the federal government taking a
You gotta
yeah.
remember this, Floor. The only ones that the American government was taking care of is the ones that was willing to replace us.
Woo, I know that's right. And everybody else
The,
was on the Trail of Tears.
the ones who wasn't willing to or replace us lived in poverty worse than ours,
That's right.
worse than the projects.
Yeah.
And they constantly fed them alcohol because
Hmm.
Mongolians don't do well with alcohol.
No, they have an allergy to it, which is mostly blood type
They
B.
got it's a brain enzyme in the brain that processes the alcohol out of the brain,
Yeah.
but it make them more prone to become alcoholics.
Yeah. And the side effect is euphoria. So that's why they can't, it's harder for them to stop. Yeah. It's sad.
Yeah.
Sad. And they knew that. They knew that sensitivity when they were coming in. They knew what kind of weaponry they would use against those people, those particular people. Okay. Because bloodlines matter. You know people's weaknesses. You can institute them, whatever, add to the Achilles heel and atrophy the original, especially, and they killed a lot of the chiefs too. That's another thing. You
And that's what
disempowered.
most of the lynchings was. Most of them lynchings was the elders, the educated,
Yeah.
the ones who would speak out and stand up.
Hmm.
They got us thinking they just randomly pick a nigga and lynch him.
Yeah.
That's not what they was doing. They was we had a lot of people that would pass our oral history and we get caught doing it, that was a death penalty.
Mm.
It's the same as teaching somebody how to read or write
Read.
under the slave
That's
codes.
right.
right?
Yeah.
So they was trying to they want to use that as the terror mechanism where they was hanging us and lynching us and fricasseeing us and frying us. All that was to instill terror in our offspring.
hmm It's in the cellular memory. That's why you can meet someone who's never had a dog their whole life, but they have a fear of dogs. I've seen it even in Brazil. Like people just have a
Mm-hmm.
natural intrinsic fear because in their past, their grandfather, grandmother were exposed to being ravaged or abused by that, and they carry it in the cellular memories. We carry a lot of information in our cellular on our cells.
Mm-hmm. I call it genetic memory because it's
hmm
passed down,
hmm
and
hmm
that's what your DNA holds. It's like crystals.
hmm
When most people don't know, your DNA is amino acid crystals
hmm
that's making up the helix.
It's like teleporting messages through time, space, and through incarnations,
Yeah,
or procreation, through your offspring.
yeah.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
why by supplementing with a full amino acid complex helps generate the body, helps keep the
yeah,
body in optimum performance shape.
absolutely, absolutely. We're gonna add Dr. Rod to the roster. Dr. Rod. We're gonna have Dr. Rod time. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
a that's a O in there. That's what I was known for my last 8 years of prison.
You have remedies. You were giving them some remedies.
My screen.
That's Dr. Roll's video.
Nah, the videos. I think I only had 2 videos, and they were gonna be talking about them getting. Now I can ask you the questions. We got about 20 minutes. Well, we're gonna take questions from the crowd. Well, we'll take questions from the crowd. Drop your. I'm gonna ask the first question, but hey, the crowd, if you got any questions, based on what we did tonight, or any other questions, drop it in the chat, and then we'll go from there. Now, Rod, this is what I wanted to ask. Now, do you think we take as Nubians, knowing that our hair is antennas and being that who we are with hair, do you think we take our hair serious enough? Like some people don't give it that. Like me, I brush my hair, I put wave, I do the waves with the wave cap and everything. But a lot of people don't take care of their hair. Like if it's an antenna, if it's really an antenna and you ain't taking care of that joint, you can have bad signal. So what's your thought on that, bro?
Okay, remember in 80s, late 80s, especially going into the early 90s, you had all these exotic haircut styles that barbers would do. You had the high top fade, the Gumby left, Gumby right,
Yeah.
right? All asymmetrical hairstyles for the women, geometry and hairstyling.
Yeah.
The reason all this is because your hair expression is derived from the energy you channeling in your natural human nature, following the order in nature, changes the hair to reflect the energy that you feel because it's a message given to the rest of the species, to other humans, right? So when you keep your hair in different styles, it tells the content of what you're feeling, what you're going through.
Right.
Right. Yours right now, judging by your haircut and your appearance, clean shave, right? You feel self-confident and ready to put yourself out for scrutiny. You confident, you, you feel confident enough to take in whatever come because you in your energy, you in your field. My hair, on the other hand, say whatever this sucker going through, he all over the place. Right now, Why would a chief allow himself to be all over the place, and why did he need to express the energy of being all over the place to the general public?
Guerrilla class.
Now, if you drawing from multiple dimensions, different pieces of information, in order to bring it into the current realm, you all over the place, literally. So when the people see that and they see you can competently describe it, it makes them understand that being all over the place is not necessarily a bad thing. But to be aware of why you all over the place and what you're doing, right, expressed in appearance. Wise words being spoken, the gray beard, right? The knowledge is still intellectual, less gray hairs on the top, right? So now, because the words of wisdom can be spoken, thus says the beard. The intelligence that's been gathered can be disseminated to more people through the lenses of wisdom. So now you work in left brain, right brain in order to pass the message on subconsciously through the physical appearance. Right? And when you fold your arms, as you intently listen, it's locking the energy, you bear hugging, meaning that you holding on to the code.
Hey, Rod, what you think about women or anybody and weave? Like you already said, you on your perspective on like whatever people do is their own business, kind of move to that fact. But do you think like putting somebody else's hair with your hair would add a different energy? Like say if you got like a certain type of energy, and then you get this person's hair that had a whole nother energy, you add it to your hair, would that add to your energy? Go ahead.
Well, yeah.
Okay.
But you see, if you don't know where the hair coming from and why they cutting their hair, then you have no knowledge of what energy coming in. And the only way you can use it to your advantage at that point is to be a natural born chaos magician. Because when you put other people's energy in like that, everything they went through is in their hair. If they cut their hair, they cut it for a reason. If it was financially, everything they went through was from a poverty position.
Right.
If that's the cause. If it was ritual, that means that whatever they lived through is being kept and pent up in the hair. We used to make our own wigs. Now we rely on foreign nations to send us foreign hair.
India.
Right? Remember, the original hair extensions was made out of sheep, goat, and over here it was also made out of like the tail of the horse, the mane of the horse.
Yeah.
Right. This is why we call it horsehair anyway.
Right. That's right.
Right. And sometimes the daughter of Big Mama, the big matriarch, she wear a long ponytail because she's indicating her rank. But sometimes her hair don't grow long enough, fast enough. So Big Mama say, you go cut that ponytail off and we gonna make it into your ponytail. So they go out there, they send one of them uncles out there to cut the hair off the horse tail. So Big Mama can make baby girl her ponytail. That's on the quarter horse. On the flip. That's 3 up, 1 down, make it look like you skate. It's an old cowboy terminology to spread the word, like Thunderbird.
Say, Rod. Oh, go ahead. I thought you was finished.
Go ahead. I'm done.
Hey, so when because I looked it up, and the Indians they do it as a ritual when they want to get right with their God and clean clean their sin, they shave their hair bald, right? It's like a part of a ritual over in India. That's how they be getting most of the hair. Now, so when they get the hair, could they do like a yabba dabba do or abracadabra over the hair to cleanse the energy? Put some do some sage over it or something. Some of it gonna feel weird, whether we say it or not. But so is it something they can do to cleanse the energy of it? Go ahead.
Yeah. Anything that you use that is an energy carrier, that's whether it's a stone or whether it's a dagger or a necklace or a ring or crown, whatever.
Yeah.
When you first get it to cleanse it, you should automatically have you like a table set out with like rock salt. You sit the item on the salt, right? And then you put it where both the sun and the moon can hit it. And you leave it there until you feel like it's okay to move it, because you will sense it as it's cleansing. Every time you walk past, it'll be like you walking past a quiet washer. Right? You can lay the packs of hair out like that. Right? You can expose them to green light. The green light is the frequency of love, which neutralizes none of the negative energy can stay under the green light. It has to flee. It's like the Moors say, when the truth on the manifest, falsehood flee. Right? So when you understand that you're using anything of somebody else's energy, you should automatically have a protocol of energy cleansing as part of your natural lifestyle.
Right.
But that was taken from us with our voodoo culture, or what they call voodoo culture. That was our natural sciences, where Big Mama used to always teach all of the kids how to cleanse the gifts given to them so people can't use magic on them.
Yeah, that happened down south a lot, Louisiana.
Yeah. They got salt pails at all of the old farms. It used to be a salt pail. They're going to bury something in that salt pail to cleanse it. But you want to expose it to the sunlight and the moonlight because you want to charge it with both energies. If it's gold, especially the sunlight. If it's silver, especially the moonlight, because it's deriving from source power. Right? So you got to know the science and the magic that come with the color of the light. Because you allowed to use replicas when the original can't be found to use, a suitable replacement is in the nearest facsimile of the actual thing. So when you're using your energy cleansing, you don't have to have the actual sun. You can use a light bulb that glows yellow. Right? If you need to use the red energy of Mars, you can use the red light when you charging war implements for power. So it's like having where the barbers clean their clippers with the blue light and the purple light. Right? You could change the color of the bulb in order to change the frequency that you charging something with. But the salt gonna ground it out, right? So you leave it on the salt, and then you charge it up with the element that is most powerful, is, depending on what it is. But if it's like stones, you use the sun and the moon to charge it. Right?
Now, can you use elements? Because I noticed that in the class they used to teach us that when you combine that with an element like water, fire, or earth, like dirt, right? To they teach dirt. So, is that good to add like another pound, because I used to charge my crystal